Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I'm your superintendent, and this is your weekly Connection update. I encourage you to check out the Connection this week. Of course, it starts off with an update from me. Then we have our safety tips for families. We get into our school and district highlights, and we finish off with our recognition. Let's dive a little bit deeper and let's get going. First, in my section, there's a piece called Looking Ahead to the New York State Assessments. And what I'm really encouraging our families, all of our kiddos to do is to really start thinking about those 3 through 8 New York State assessments. Folks, I talked about it at the board meeting this past week. We have to start worrying about our participation rate because as a district, we're going to start seeing that reflected in our accountability status with the state. And I really talk about some of the great changes that have happened with the assessments. Of course, we worry about testing, but I do feel confident that good changes have happened. This article really focuses on these changes, and I encourage you to start thinking about that as we come into the new year. Then we get into safety tips for families, and of course, at this time of the year where there's a lot of presents, gifts, celebrating, things are exchanged with our little ones, a lot of toys, and really focusing on safety, using toys, giving toys at this time of the year. Some things that we often don't think about. Really check out that section in the safety tips for families. School and district highlights. Board of Education members visit food service department. Nearly 100 students participate in the Tonawanda Police Department Shop with a Cop event. Kenmore East hockey team enjoys successful trip to Lake Placid and Plattsburgh. Police liaison builds positive relationships at Holmes Elementary. Lindbergh Elementary first graders invent and design their own robots. Hoover Middle students rewarded with in-school roller skating party. Big picture students visit Tonawanda wastewater treatment plant. And that brings us to the end of the Connection this week with our recognition. And this gentleman, folks, he is a prime example of giving back to Kenton. And this gentleman's name is John Micah. And John Micah is the founder, the starter of the Teacher's Desk. Founded in 2011, a retired auto worker who was serving as a substitute teacher. John was a graduate of Kenmore East in 1972, and he saw firsthand as a substitute teacher that many students have a need for basic supplies, and he set out to create a method to get supplies into students' hands, and the Teacher's Desk was born. More than $6 million in free supplies every year throughout Western New York, benefiting approximately 130,000 students annually. Check out this article. It is just a great piece about John Micah. Like I said, Kenmore East grad, has helped so many students. He is a true definition of somebody that works behind the scenes for our kids and our community consistently. And that brings us to the end of the Connection this week. And folks, we have 1 week left before our winter recess here. And I really want us to focus on, with kiddos, finishing off this last week. Of course, I want them to have a great time, but finishing off strongly. Because together, we are Kenton strong. We are absolutely Kenton proud, and we'll continue moving Kenton forward. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Go Bills.